What's up, everybody? Well, today I'm going to be doing another full house cleaning with the Rainbow E2 single speed. Only there is going to be a little bit of a change from the last video I made with this. As you can see, it's got a much shorter hose on it, besides that big 14-foot hose, which unfortunately started tearing apart. So I had to get a new hose for it. And the power brush on this thing is a little bit different than what it would normally came on the E-Series. This is actually a later E2 Gold style version because, as you can see, it doesn't have the reset button or the little light indicator to let you know this thing is turned on. And underneath, it does have a replacement brush roll. And this is actually a generic replacement. I'm thinking this might be CWP, but anyone who knows this, please let me know. But I know this is not the original brush roll, because if this were genuine Rainbow, it would have had brush roll stiffeners on the back. So the brushes are a little bit stiffer than the soft bristle brush rolls with stiffeners in the genuine roller. So it's going to be interesting to see how this performs compared to that one. And a bit of a confession I have to make about this particular E-Series is that this was actually a parts vacuum that I got cheap from another seller who bought this at an estate sale. And I am fixing it up and slowly trying to give it a cosmetic restoration, at least as best as I can, to give it fully running to the best of my abilities before I sell it off to someone else. But anyway, I did have to get a new gold inner trim piece right inside here because it was missing. So I had to track that down from a parts dealer. And the hose also is not original. The original hose that came with this was terribly kinked up, so I had to use a brand new hose that came with the new wand and power brush assembly. And I actually do have the other power brush that came with it. It's still usable, but this new hose came with the power brush, so I thought I'd go ahead and throw it on right now. I do know this isn't the original because the handle grip is much newer. In fact, I think this was the design that was used on the E2 Gold, one of the 2-speed models, because this would have normally been like flat and more rectangular and not rounded off like this one does with the ergonomic grip. So it's got the trigger right up here for the power brush. And this particular motor unit, as we look around it, the reason why I have the attachment caddy on here is because the previous owner, I don't know if it was the one that bought it at the estate sale or the previous owner before the one I bought this off of, but it got this weird little paint blotch right here, and I haven't found a way to fully get it off because it's kind of stuck on there pretty good. So I just threw this little attachment rack right here just to kind of cover up that, and it seems to look a little bit better until you get up very close. And this particular wheel caddy was actually off my other E-Series that's going to be staying in my long-term vacuum collection. And the original wheel caddy is right over here that it came with. The only reason I am not running it is because I need to replace one of the wheels that came with it because it was badly bent up and damaged. So it's waiting for a replacement before I throw it back. And I did have to replace the little release pedal right here. See, this is a much newer one. I'll see the black is different in the plastic color, and also it doesn't have that gold R logo. And also this motor unit did have some more work done to it. Did have to get a new cord for it. And the back cover on this was actually pretty good. It was actually better than my other E-Series, which actually had a broken cord piece, so I had to buy a new cover off of that. And the original back cover right here was actually from the other E-Series, because this was actually missing when I got it, so I just threw this off my other E-Series that had the broken cord hook. So now this is looking just fine as it should. I washed out the filter to the best of my abilities, and I'm basically doing this mostly as a test run for this particular motor unit after reassembling it and getting it cleaned out as best I could, especially cleaning out the water separator inside. But I'm going to bring you guys along for the ride to see how this performs with a generic replacement brush roll, because I'm interested to see how it will perform. So, let's go and get to it. Well, I can tell you right off the bat, she's not happy about what I'm about to do next, but just got the basin filled up with water right here. So, let's go ahead and set the motor unit on it, latch it up, and let's go ahead and get started. Definitely not quite the sound I was envisioning with this brush roll, but definitely leaves much better carpet lines than the genuine brush roll does. Of course, it actually doesn't have as much agitation as the other brush roll does. Definitely leaves good carpet lines because the bristles are very dense. And they are a little bit stiffer because this thing obviously has no stiffeners in the brush roll. But let's go ahead and continue on. Alright, full house cleaning is all complete. And I will say, even though this doesn't have the most strongest of agitation, it does make up for it with the dense bristles. I imagine this will be good for pet hair pickup. I think with this bristle design, it will probably do much better in pet hair pickup than the genuine one would do. And without the stiffeners, they definitely added a bit of stiffness to the bristles themselves. And we'll see, the motor in this parts motor actually runs pretty good. Just a simple separator clean out was all this thing needed. And I do like the handle grip on the E2 Gold model. Definitely feels a lot better in the hand than the original one this came with. But other than that, let's go ahead and take the motor unit off to see what this guy picked up. So unlatch it on both sides. This one's a little bit stiff. Anyway, just pull that, and then off comes the motor unit. Just as usual, this is what you get when using a Rainbow. Just this awesome amount of dirt and grime that gets pulled out of this thing. I don't even know whether or not how comparable this is to the genuine, but definitely does pick up quite a bit of pet hair, I will tell you that. So let me go ahead and rinse and dump all this out, and we'll get back to you once everything's all dried out, and then we'll conclude the video. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this full house cleaning with the Rainbow E2 single speed with the generic brush roll. Be sure and stay tuned, and don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.